Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Wednesday's Reflexology Wisdom. We've got a very exciting one today because I have received something in the post, and on the back, on the front, I can see that it has come from a good friend of mine in the United States of America, and it's from Chantel Lucier. And so I'm going to open this. We're going to find out what's inside. And I think I know, which is why I'm very excited to be opening this. So here we go. Oh, can't get it out. Here we go. And that looks not what I was expecting, so let's get rid of this. And let's turn it around and look at this. It's Chantel's new book. So I'm so excited about this. And what we're going to do with the magic of the internet is let's pull Chantel in to talk about why she wrote the book. And here she is, all the way from California. Chantel, I am so pleased to see you. I am so excited about this book. It is fabulous. So I know what's in it because, ladies and gentlemen, Chantel sent me a sneaky copy before it got published. So I know why I love it. What I want to ask first of all is, Chantel, there are so many books on reflexology out there already. Yeah. And I know why this is different, but why did you want to write a reflexology book? What was your, what gave you the inspiration?
Yeah. Well, so I write books. I love writing. I love the act of writing, but also it started, I have a book on intuitive Reiki too. I think,
Yes, I do.
And yeah, both of them. When I teach classes, I create manuals, I create forms, I create content so that the students can better understand what we're learning. So this started simply as a means to better communicate with my students so that they better understand the content, the principles, the methodology. And then, I think it moves beyond my students. I think on a deep, deep level, the thing that is most important to me is accessibility.
Yep.
And reflexology it can be, especially for self-care, so simple. So the idea of being able to put a book out there that can be accessible to anyone is really attractive to me.
Yep.
And also, it was a fun process to be able to create a book that could be understood by someone who knows nothing about reflexology, who just wants to know, like, what the heck is it? How does it work? How do I do it? Like basic stuff, make it understandable for them. But then also for my students who are learning about reflexology. And then, of course, how do I make it so it's accessible and attractive and something that will be used by someone who is a practitioner, is a reflexologist? So that was just a fun process to make certain all those things were present. But oftentimes, and the reason why I published it and moved it beyond just a PDF or for my students, is people have said it's really good for when they're studying to take the exam. For this country, we have the ARCB, and people have found it really helpful because in addition to the what is it, how does it work, how do you do it, the secondary section, as you know, within the book is about this biological system and the 12 systems therein. Yeah. So, it breaks down, it gives images of and breaks down the endocrine system, the cardiovascular system, the muscular system. And then, of course, it moves into different diseases and disorders and syndromes. And
that was something I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
Because you have got such clear diagrams. I mean, I've just flicked it through here. We've got, shall we say, the urinary system just here like this.
Yeah, yeah.
Super clear. We've got, I want to just to see if I can find, where are we now? Oh, it's gone back to the urinary. Why has it gone straight back to that one? I don't want to talk about urinary system, but it's got such a clear,
Yeah.
here we go, immune system. Really, really nice and clear images in this manual. You didn't design these images, did you?
No.
Oh, I thought it was going to be
I mean,
your wonderful artistic talent.
I all of the designs that I use, I work exclusively with one artist,
Oh,
and he's a fantastic artist. He's done all my maps, my reflexology maps. So I have foot maps, brain maps, hand maps. He's done them all. He's done all of these body, these systems. He did the cover. He did the cover. He
show
actually
that cover again, shall we?
cover. Yeah, he designed the book. I mean, he designed every aspect therein.
Now
Yeah,
that
that's
actually then makes sense because as I was looking at these diagrams, I'm thinking this is somebody that really knows reflexology. And if he works exclusively, you work exclusively with him, then obviously he knows you, he knows what you
yeah,
do. And I just absolutely loved the diagrams in there. I'm a very visual learner, and so it was so
yeah,
easy for me. What I also
yeah,
now I know, because you didn't tell me this before, is that when I was reading this, and I think I suppose I have to just put a little sort of flag this one up, that I'm a little bit biased because you asked me to write the foreword to it. So,
it's
I was just
beautiful
touched
forward.
that you wanted me to.
Yeah,
And I'm thinking that this has so been written by a reflexology educator. It was jumping off the pages to me that this is a book for learning. And now you tell me it was your notes from your teaching. It
yeah.
makes perfect sense. And that's why it's so well organized
Mm,
and also so, let's get this right. It's so simple to read, but also so well informed and in depth and the information that you want. And that's why I loved it. And that's why I was so happy to write the foreword for it. It really, really was. So I would wholeheartedly recommend this book. And
oh my goodness.
I've got something to tell you, Chantel.
Yes, what is it, David?
Okay. Every student that I have at Jubilee College gets this book recommended to them. It's on our recommended reading list now. That's how much I recommend this book. So it is absolutely fabulous. It really, really is. Is there anything that you're wanting to let us know about this book as to sort of, something that's maybe different in it that you have? Because we've all read the books, the ones that we know so well and all the rest of it. But was there something in this that you're thinking, do you know what? That bit's missing. I'm going to add this into my book. Is there anything in here that you would be saying?
Yeah, well, I like what you said about I am hyper organized. I love the idea and hyper visual.
Sorry for laughing. It's just having known you
No,
for so many
we're
years.
laughers.
I would
Laugh. That's
never
what we do.
have thought of you being hyper organized.
Oh my gosh, I am hyper. Yes, well, I won't get into astrology, but like there are certain aspects of self where I'm very flowy. I very much flow. I love listening, experiencing. But when it comes to work, I love organization. I love detail.
Yes.
So for me, I need things when I learn to be broken down really, really, really simply. I need things spelled out. I need things in large print, which was the other thing that was really important about this book. It may seem silly to some, but for me, I wanted something that I could open it up and be able to distill down. What is it? Like, how can I make this so simple, so short, so to the point? So for instance, with like the cardiovascular system, it's like, here's the cardiovascular system. This is what it is. This is what it looks like in your body anatomically. In my classes, we do something called anatomical palming, where we literally take our palms, we place it. This is your heart. This is your liver. This is your pancreas, right? And then we take that same, do you do this too? You take that same
I
hand
know
and you
exactly what you mean. Yes.
oh, it's so important, right? So we know what we're dealing with. And I feel like everyone we should know this body,
Yeah.
right? I should know where my liver is. And
Yeah.
oftentimes I teach at a clinic in Santa Rosa called True North, and I get to teach people who don't know reflexology. A lot of them have never heard it before, and they're from all over the world. And sometimes I'll say, okay, where's your liver? Where's your pancreas? And they're like, they don't even know what side. So just starting with something so simple can be so empowering for everybody. So anyway, so in the book, you have that cardiovascular system, you know where it is, you can see it, you can identify that's where it is in my body. And then on the next page or below, you have the definition, a short definition to the point. You have the function. What is the function of this system? What is it in short? Like even in short, like in one sentence, what is it?
Yep.
How can you distill it down that much? And then are there any subsystems? Are there any notes? Anything I should know? So for me, that was really important. And then also when it comes to that, the second portion of the book, where it's an A to Z guide, where you can look up insomnia.
The conditions, yes.
The conditions, yeah, being able to look up the conditions from A to Z.
Yeah.
So if I have a client or I myself or a family member, someone I care about is struggling with insomnia or IBS or infertility, I'm on the eyes, I'm on the eye page, fibromyalgia, a fever, right? Indigestion, that I may turn to a page. And I will say, David, you already know this about me, but I will say I don't believe in protocols per se, because I believe
ditto.
Yeah, ditto. Everybody is so different. So this is just like what were you going to say? Go ahead.
I was going to say it needs to be bespoke for the client who happens to have such and such a condition, because every client will be different, and therefore that condition will be affecting everyone slightly differently. And so, we can follow, shall we say, there is like a formula, which is the way I teach it for my students, but never forgetting who the client is, why they're presenting, what was it that got them to have that condition in the first place, and incorporating all of those factors into the plan as well. Look at you jumping up and down.
I know, it's so exciting. Well, we're in such an exciting field and such an exciting time in this field.
Aren't we?
And also, right? And even philosophically, in a way, is like, how can I look at a body and recognize that we're all distinctly ourselves?
Absolutely.
And somebody with a fever, there's going to be certain things that may be the same, but all things are going to reflect differently. And that person has had a life of, so in this section, it's just broken down really, really simply and clearly. So it'll say fever, for instance, the definition, the possible symptoms, what I call a reflexology guide. That would be, it's not a protocol. It's just a few areas of the body that may be affected, may be affected, right?
Yes.
Where I may press. There's some additional reflexes, some notes. Yeah, just something. For me, it's a matter of making reflexology accessible to all, make those who want to understand it more or need easy access to certain content to be able to open it up easily and find stuff.
Perfect. Now then, okay, the most important thing. People are going to be going, this sounds great. Where can we get this, Chantel? Is it available on places like Amazon, that sort of place?
That's probably the best and easiest way to get it. And because you can get it in different countries through that means. I also, after you today, I'll be going to the post to mail. I have a stack of books right here because there's an educator in the States, in a different state, who will be using this book as one of her books in her educational process. So
excellent.
I'm maybe not for across the pond, but in this country, I do mail them to educators and that kind of thing. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, I can wholeheartedly say this is a brilliant, brilliant book. There is something else that we need to talk about, because for those that don't know Chantel, I mean, in fact, for those that do, because quite often, whenever I've interviewed you before on this channel, Chantel, people keep saying, when is Chantel coming to the United Kingdom?
Aw.
Guys, I've got her to agree to come over. Next spring,
Yeah.
we have Chantel here in the UK. And to try to make this as equitable for everybody as possible, we're bringing Chantel right to the heart of the United Kingdom. She's going to be in Nottingham teaching.
It's reflexology for trauma and addiction.
Tell us all about it, Chantel.
You kind of know what I do because you invited me and were present for the intro to reflexology for trauma and addiction class that we did for IRC.
Yeah.
So you kind of have this idea of how we move through that process, right? Of like, what is trauma? What is addiction? What is reflexology? And then how do we unfold? How can we hold it differently? And what can we do from a reflexology perspective to help nurture those who are struggling? You were there. How was it for you, that taste?
So for me, it was actually really interesting because we all like to think we're pretty sorted people, don't we? And that, we don't have traumas and we don't have addictions. But actually, what you were explaining made me think, oh, that thing that sort of always kind of pushes my button, this area of myself that I know I could do better with, but it's kind of something's happened in the past that's made me be the person that I am. These were traumas. These were addictions that I don't kind of think of as those words, but they are the things that I kind of hang myself on, these clothes pegs, if I can say, that make my personality who I am.
Yeah.
And then that course that you were telling us about made me think, that's why I react like I do. That's why I kind of have this informed behavior. And yeah, so I suddenly realized, not that I was this gibbering wreck and this traumatized person, but actually these things that have happened to me in the past, they're the things that I've learnt from the things that now make me who me is.
Yeah, it's so true. And it's a big part of the program is looking at self. Like I can be a better practitioner when I have the courage to look at myself. And we did an exercise in that class online. We do it in level 2. We get a little bit more into it, but there's something we do called orienting, where we can orient to a room to really ground ourselves.
Yep.
Right. And really be present. And then we can lift our eyes and have the courage to look at others and to be seen. And for me, I feel like the more that I undo, the more I unlearn, the more I allow someone to see me and be really, really present, I'm going to be a better practitioner. The relationship will be sweeter. Yeah, absolutely. So that's a huge piece of the work that we do is we're looking at ourselves. And people have said that before too. After they take the class, they're like, I had no idea. I thought I was going to this class to help others, when in actuality, it really it shined a light on myself and this that I get to look at and be with. So it's really holding both in the class. Yeah. This particular class, it comes in 3 levels. So I'm going to be doing level 1 in Nottingham. And I'm going to be teaching it. I don't know if you ever met, I'm going to be teaching it in October and November this year too. I'll be announcing that on my.
No. Tell us now.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll be teaching it in October, level 1 and level 2, actually.
Okay.
So, October, I think it's October 15th and 16th. I'll teach level 1. That'll be in Michigan. And then on October 18th and 19th, also in Michigan, I teach level 2.
Okay.
So I don't always do it where they're so close together, but sometimes people are ready to take on both levels. And then in November, I'll be in Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, at the Heal Center.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Roz's Place, and also level 1, level 2. It'll be November 15, 16 for level 1 and 18, 19 for level 2. They happen to be the same dates. And then next year in April, I go to Wyoming.
Yeah.
May is Maine. And then June is you.
Fabulous.
Yeah. I feel
And
really.
what I'll do is on the just below this video, where it's got the comments box, I'm going to put all of the links for the US training that you're going to be doing and for the training that you're going to be doing over here in the UK. Guys, I can wholeheartedly recommend Chantel. She is absolutely amazing. She really, really is. So, yeah, you're in for a real treat with her course.
Thank you so much. And your forward, I remember my editor, Allison, when I passed your forward on to her, she was like, this is amazing. She barely did anything to your forward. She was like, I think I moved to space. It's so, I feel so lucky to know you. And it's such an incredible,
the feeling's mutual, Chantel. That's, I feel blessed to know you too. Anyway, before we get into a real love-in with this, we've got to remember we're still recording.
Oh, we are? Let's sing a song.
So guys, I can't wait for you to either pick up this book and learn loads, or get to meet Chantel for real when she comes over to the UK in June. So there we go. Chantel, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with us. You're wonderful. And guys, until I see you next time, stay well, stay safe, and thank you very much for watching Wednesday's Reflexology Wisdom. Bye-bye.